Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, great people. I'm Tizar Satria Framana. You can call me Tizar or Satria or whatever you want. I am an English literature student in UIN Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung. And okay, this time you are watching a video that is quite boring to watch, but I think it's quite important to know. So just watch it. Okay, to fulfill the midterm test assignment of one of the courses I studied in this seventh semester, it is called Semiotics. I did an analysis related to this material. When I do the explanation, please you can see the slides, okay? Okay, before going into the analysis, let's first discuss what semiotics is. Semiotics is the study of signs and symbols and how humans use, create, and interpret signs to communicate and make meaning. It is a branch of science that studies how signs, whether they are words, images, sounds, gestures, or other symbols, are used in various cultural and societal contexts. Simply put, it is the science of science, okay? And in semiotics, there are two figures who are considered as important founders in the development of modern semiotic studies, although their contribution have different approaches and focus. They are Ferdinand de Saussure and Charles Sanders Peirce. Okay, just see the slide 2. Saussure introduced semiotics as the science of sign analysis, or the study of how systems of communication function and how they work. His most famous thought is the concept of signifier and signified. And semiotics Saussure focus on the basic framework in the use of language or speech or parallel as opposed to language or lang. Then, unlike Saussure, who had introduced the term semiology, Peirce proposed the term semiotics, which according to him is identical to the concept of logic that focuses on the knowledge of human thought processes. And Peirce has the main principles contained in his theory, namely the human mind and the boundaries of science, a three-dimensional system, and relativity regarding three typologies or taxonomies of science. They are icon, index, and symbol. And okay, next, the third slide. Uh, he is Umberto Eco. He is a semiotic figure who is also an Italian philosopher. According to Eco, semiotics deals with anything that can be viewed as a sign. A sign is something that can be used to replace something else in a significant way. Something else does not necessarily have to exist somewhere for a sign to replace it. Therefore, semiotics is principally a discipline that studies everything that is used to lie. So, if something cannot be used to express a lie, then it cannot be used to say anything at all. And Umberto Eco is a semiotician who shifted the concept of sign to sign function. Sign function refers to how the sign is interpreted and used based on individual or group interests. Thus, a sign can have multiple meanings. Eco also divided semiotics into cognitive semiotics and communication semiotics. The semiotics of communication focus on finding the communication purpose of a sign, while the semiotics of signification emphasize more on understanding the cognition of a sign. Slide 34, you can see it. So besides discussing the function of signs, Eco also emphasized the difference between signification and communication, or between the semiotics of signification or semiotics of communication. The semiotic of signification deals with sign theory or code theory, while the semiotics of communication deals with the theory of sign production. Okay, the first one is signification semiotics. It discusses sign theory and the process of cognition. The process of cognition emphasizes the understanding of the sign based on a particular context. The most important thing in signification is the interpretant. As you can see, the process can be described as follows. An interpretant, or I, can become a new sign, or S, so that it will form a chain. The new sign will also form a new object and interpretant. The new interpretant will also become a new sign again, and so on. This process is called the unlimited semiosis process. Okay, next, the fifth slide. So the second one is communication semiotics. While the semiotics of signification deals with sign theory, the semiotic of communication deals with sign production. The semiotic of signification focuses on understanding the sign based on a particular context, while communication focuses on the purpose of communication. So, according to Umberto Eco, the communication process consists of 8 elements based on the model of the sluice gate in the dam. As you can see on the slide, the 8 elements include source, transmitter, signal 1, channel, signal 2, receiver, message, and destination. Okay, next slide. So my analysis used Umberto Eco's semiotics of communication. The object of my analysis is an advertising of poster of a product called Pocky. I know you know. You can see the poster, okay? And here are the results of the analysis. For the source is Glico. The company that produces Pocky is the main source of the message that represents the brand identity and values to the audience. And transmitter is the marketing team or graphic designer responsible for the creativity and execution of the poster is the messenger that communicates the appeal and uniqueness of the product to consumers. And for signal 1, the images of Pocky products, bright colors, perhaps also figures or situations associated with happiness or pleasure, along with catchy slogans or taglines, are signals that convey the message of deliciousness and pleasure in consuming Pocky. And for channel, the posters can be posted on various media such as billboards, the internet, or printed publications, which acts as a channel to send messages to target consumers. And signal 2 is the audience reactions and responses to the posters, as well as their interaction with the Pocky brand, reflect the second signal that influence brand awareness and broadcast propensity. And receiver is the consumer or target audience is the primary recipient of the message in the context of the poster, who interprets the message based on their personal preferences, needs, and perceptions of the product. And the messages. It's conveyed by Pocky posters include messages about the deliciousness, fun, and joy associated with consuming Poke products. And the last one, destination. The destination or the purpose of the parser is to grab the audience attention, arouse curiosity, and encourage the purchase of Poke products. So, by analyzing the Poke product poster through this semiotic perspective of communication, we can understand how design and message presentation work together to achieve the desired communication goals of the Glico company. I think that's enough. I think I can say in this video. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.